It's time for today's travel and cruise industry news. With the latest from travel and cruises around the world, here's your host, Chillie Falls.
Good morning. Welcome to Travel and Cruise Industry News. I realize I'm a couple minutes late, folks. With like 10 seconds to go, and I was getting ready to start the show, my stupid phone automatically went to an update. It shut the phone off to do the update, and I've been saying no on the updates, and it did it automatically right as I was getting ready to go live. I was using my phone as the webcam. Whoa! So I had to grab my other camera, get it hooked up. Then I couldn't get the audio going. Wow. Well, you know me with technical stuff. Anyway, welcome to Thursday Travel and Cruise Industry News Podcast. On this, the 17th day of November, 2022. Got several stories this morning and a whole lot of other things. Disney confirms global dream purchase. Celebrity cancels a repositioning cruise. MSC takes delivery of the Seascape. Got a couple reports from Canada. And Royal Caribbean to deploy 7 ships to Europe in 2024. And a lot more here live at 11 o'clock. Today, folks, is the Great American Smokeout Day. This is a subject that I rarely talk about on the show, but it is quite important to me. Most of you know that I smoked for 56 years and that a good bit of my medical problems are at least partially caused by the smoking. So today is the Great American Smokeout. I quit 7 years ago now. Wow. I'm pushing 8 years ago now, over 7.5. So I highly recommend you do that, folks. Throw them damn things away. And I know if you're a smoker, that's not the easiest thing in the world to do. I know. I did it too. But I'm telling you, folks, you'll like yourself so much more when you do that. All right, today is also National Reuben Day. I don't want to leave those of you that are still smokers with a bad taste in your mouth. So it's National Reuben Day. So, go out and have a Reuben. That I'll probably do too. I love Reubens. If you're listening via the podcast, welcome aboard. You can always access the podcast via my blog, accessadventure.net, or wherever you get your podcast from. All the big guys, just search for Travel and Cruise Industry News, and up pops the fat travel guy. All right, I told you that I was going to try to get caught up on a bunch of the stuff that I'm behind on, and I have done a pretty good job of that, well, at least some of it this morning. That's our buddy Sue. Sue's the gambler lady that I talked to a couple times about the Royal Caribbean's loyalty program. She's on the Carnival Celebration, she and Barry. And that's her on the roller coaster. And they just love the ship. That was, I think that might be Barry sitting out at the pool, one of the pools, at least that's the infinity pool. Last night was the circus, which is actually the show in the showroom that's called the circus. And it's a mixture of dance, singing, acrobatics, and so forth as part of the show. The still pictures do not do it justice. You have to watch the video clips. Unfortunately, Sue has the video clips on her Facebook page, so I can't steal them. I can only process stuff that comes in on Messenger as far as videos go. But anyway, if you jump over Sue Shearer on Facebook, the clips are really cool of the circus show. And I'm not sure what kind of critter that is. lurking on their bed. At first I thought, oh, it's a snake. I said, no, it's a goose. No, it's a duck. I'm not sure what that is. Anyway, if you have a good guess on what that is, stick it in the comments. I'd like to know. Now that's the upper, what do you call those things? Exercise portion you walk around on, ropes course, that's what it is. And it's got this kind of shelf with a kind of curving down end on it that you have to walk across. Notice that the rainbow goes from the end of that board straight down to the water. That's so you can make it to the water and not land on something hard, I think. But anyway, I'm pretty sure that's Sue up there doing that. She said she's glad she did it. She won't do it again. I don't blame her. You couldn't pay me to go up there. And that's, of course, one of the pools. They have had some nice weather. Speaking of videos, our buddies up there in Pennsylvania, that would be Ken and Robin up in Pennsylvania. Robin let the dogs out this morning. Needless to say, they have Danes. And there's just, oh, I should have taken that picture off. There's just a little bit of snow up there in Pennsylvania. So, and our buddy Bubba, there at, this was at Lion Rock Beach on St. Kitts. They're still on the Rotterdam. They've been on the Rotterdam for what seems like months, doesn't it? So, Lynn and Bubba Schumard. This was at the Pinnacle Grill last night. And this is as Bubba flirting with some of the natives on Martinique. I don't know what Bubba's doing. I love Bubba to death. So anyway, that's on the Rotterdam, Martinique one day, St. Kitts the next. And these are a little bit old. This was a couple weeks ago. I did a couple pictures one day from Cindy Weatherall from down there in Plano, Texas. This is Voyager to the Sea up north of the border. And they went to Giovanni's one night for dinner. I couldn't resist. This is a meal for one person at Giovanni's. You had some kind of fancy tomatoes with mozzarella. You had grilled prawns. Now, those aren't shrimp, folks. Those are prawns, grilled prawns. A little filet action. And then the pasta of the day. So, you know, I have a feeling that Cindy couldn't even think about dessert, would be my guess. And then last night on the other side of the pond, that's Rebecca Barnes. Of course, the lovely Janine with Dave Monk at the Wave Awards. So, and the three of those guys were all on at the big celebration down in Doha for MSC's new ship. They had the naming ceremonies a couple of days ago. They were all three down there for that, and then got back for the Wave Awards. Anyway, that gives us a chance to catch up with a little bit of stuff that folks have been posting for me to use. So, all right, we'll be back with the news after a quick word from one of our network sponsors. All right, guys. To start the day off, we finally know the outcome of the much talked about Global Dream cruise ship and I've said before, I'm sick and tired of talking about this thing, which had a very unclear future for months. Disney Cruise Line has now confirmed that it has purchased the vessel, which will join the Disney fleet in 2025. The Global Dream was under construction at the Wismar shipyard for the former Asia-based Genting Cruise Lines. In early 2022, the cruise company owned by Tan Sri Lim Kok Thay went bankrupt, and the future of the giant cruise ship was unknown. Of course, I have long stated that Thay should be in prison, as well as his top henchman, but nobody listens to me. Speculation not only included the idea of another line purchasing the vessel, but also that the ship might have been scrapped before it was ever completed. Now finishing will be completed according to Disney Cruise Line specification. I mean, you got to put mouse ears on the funnels or whatever Disney does to make it a Disney ship and have it colored for mouse ears or whatever. Her sister ship, which was also under construction but not nearly as finished, is to be scrapped, unfortunately. Disney Cruise Line will take over the ship's construction with the popular Meyer Werft shipbuilding company based in Germany. The vessel construction will be adjusted to have signature Disney look, along with features and experiences for which the cruise line is well known. The ship, which has not yet been named for Disney Cruise Line, will include the iconic Mickey Mouse-inspired colors, the classic Disney funnels, just like the other 5 ships in the fleet. Disney has confirmed that the vessel will be based outside the U.S. market and that further itinerary details will be revealed in the future. The ship will join Disney Witch, which debuted in June 22 and was also constructed by Meyer Werft, but at the Papenburg shipyard. The ship was originally scheduled to be already sailing under Genting's Dream Cruise brand and as one of the largest cruise ships in the world, rivaling Royal Caribbean's Oasis-class vessels. Now, under the guidance of Meyer Werft, the vessel is still set to be an impressive 208,000 gross tons with an approximate guest capacity of 6,000, a double occupancy, and as many as 9,500 passengers when fully booked. If these numbers remain accurate after finishing the vessel for Disney specifications, the new ship could easily become the largest ship in the world according to passenger capacity. Nearly 2,300 international crew members will provide service on the vessel. She will not be named Global Dream and will adopt a new name that Disney will announce at a later date. The ship, which will also be the largest for the cruise line, will be fueled with green methanol, among the lowest emission fuels available. That part I like of the whole thing. I'm still not real wild about, obviously what happened with Genting and Thay and all that crap that they pulled, and on the monies that they stole from cruise passengers on long cruises on the other ships that they lost. But, it's interesting to see what Disney does with this thing. Possibly stay in the Oriental marketplace? I don't know. Just know it's not going to be in the U.S. market. That's all that's been said so far. So there'll be more news on that as we go along, I'm sure. All right, second story today, the Celebrity Eclipse was scheduled to sail a repositioning itinerary between Valparaiso, Chile, and Los Angeles, California in April of 2024. The 16-night cruise was to visit ports of call in Peru, Costa Rica, Ecuador, and Mexico. Now, guests and travel partners have been notified via email that this sailing has been canceled. Few details have been provided to explain the cancellation, only that the change is to accommodate the upcoming 2024-2025 deployment for Celebrity Eclipse. The new deployment has not been revealed, but it seems the ship will no longer be offering cruises from Los Angeles in the spring and will be moved to Caribbean itineraries or may be repositioned elsewhere away from the West Coast. Guests with reservations for the now canceled sailing have several options. If guests are keenly interested in a similar itinerary, their travel plans are flexible. They can rebook aboard Celebrity Eclipse, reposition sailing departing December 7th, 2023. That voyage operates in the opposite direction and sails from Los Angeles to Valparaiso. All the same ports of call are included on the December itinerary, with one exception. Rather than going to Puerto Vallarta, the 2023 cruise goes to Cabo San Lucas. All the rest of the ports in Peru and Ecuador and Costa Rica and other ports in Mexico remain the same, though the times in the ports may vary somewhat. If guests choose to rebook this very similar sailing, their fare will be protected in a similar cabin. If guests prefer to rebook on this or any other Celebrity cruise ship or itinerary, they will receive an onboard credit of $200 per stateroom, $400 per suite. Applicable promotions related to the original booking will also be protected. All right, this one's near and dear to my heart, too. MSC Cruises has officially taken delivery of the line's newest, most technologically innovative vessel, MSC Seascape, from the Fincantieri shipyard in Monfalcone, Italy. The delivery comes just 3 days after the World Europa was christened in Doha, Qatar, and brings the cruise line's fleet to a total of 21 active vessels. The vessel was deliberately designed to represent an intimate connection to the sea, with nearly 140,000 square feet of outdoor space and an expansive waterfront promenade. The spectacular glass floor bridge of size on deck 16 with a unique sea view, and 6 pools, including an aft infinity pool with incredible vistas. MSC Seascape features the latest environmental technologies, including advanced engines that reduce nitrogen oxide emissions by up to 90%, as well as hybrid exhaust gas cleaning systems that will remove 98% of sulfur oxide from its emissions. Highly upgraded wastewater treatment systems, ballast water treatment systems, and various energy-saving features will also be part of the ship's design, as well as an underwater radiated noise management system to reduce the potential effects on marine mammals. Next up for the new ship is her official naming ceremonies, which will take place in a star-studded gala in New York City on the 7th of December, with several short shakedown cruises in the Med. From New York, the Seascape will home port in Miami, offering Eastern and Western Caribbean itineraries. I will be on the inaugural sailing, which is on December the 11th. The new ship can welcome as many as 5,632 guests on each sailing, with 1,648 crew members providing exceptional service for each voyage. I'll add one thing to that because I got a message from Cindy. I talked yesterday a little bit about booking my Wi-Fi. I had not yet booked my Coke package because it was ridiculous. And she said that MSC, Cindy sent me a message and said MSC is going to run a Black Friday sale, and that she was able to save some on her packages that she had already purchased because of the Black Friday sale. So I called them this morning, called MSC. Now remember, I first booked MSC when I was on the Meraviglia, the Seascape. So I was on the ship when I did it, and then it reverted back to Vacations to Go, which is another booking agent that had booked me on other MSC cruises. So I called MSC and I said, okay, the Coke package is ridiculously expensive, but I need to do something, and I want to see if there is a Black Friday sale that would apply to this. And they said, oh, yes, there is, but you have to call your travel partner, Vacations to Go. I call Vacations to Go, and I get a message from my guy that I deal with there. It says, I'm on a cruise. So I'm not sure when he gets off the cruise. I suppose I'll wait today to see if I hear anything back from Vacations to Go, and then try calling MSC back again and say, look, y'all, I booked this originally on your ship. So anyway, I have not booked my Diet Coke and or drink package yet. But it does seem like if I've got to pay the ridiculous amount of money for the Diet Coke for $80 more, I can add the drink package and have booze as well. It's still a lot of money to spend because they charge me so much for the Diet Coke package. But we shall see how that one ends up. I'll keep you posted. All right. The next story this morning, we got a couple interesting reports from Canada. Halifax, Nova Scotia this year had 148 ship calls, welcomed 234,000 cruise guests. 17 of the vessels were making inaugural visits to Halifax, including Royal Caribbean's mega ship Oasis of the Seas. According to the port statement, Halifax expects a 23% increase in ship visits in 2023, raising the number of vessels to 180. That would put 2023 on par with 2020, when 179 ships visited. And that's Sue again. You know what? My other picture is gone, which was from Montreal. So I will just tell you about Montreal. The return of cruises to Montreal this year has proven successful for the cruise port. The city welcomed more than 50,000 visitors during the cruise season. The first ship, American Queen Voyages Ocean Navigator, arrived on May the 7th. And the season concluded with the departure of Oceania Cruises Insignia on October 31st. In total, 16 ships from 13 different companies made 45 visits during the 2022 season. These figures include 9 port calls, 36 embarkation and disembarkation operations. Despite the pandemic-related health restrictions that marked the beginning of the season, the terminal welcomed 38,000 passengers and 13,000 crew members. Cruises on the St. Lawrence River and Great Lakes are experiencing a considerable increase in interest. Next year, cruise ships from Seabourn, Holland America, Viking, Regent Seven Seas, Windstar, and Oceania will visit Montreal from May through October. And the last story this morning, folks, is from Royal Caribbean International. I had some pictures up from that too. How did those pictures disappear? I wonder. I'm talking to myself. Anyway. Oh well. Royal Caribbean National has begun bookings for the European 2024 summer sailings, with 7 vessels serving 9 home ports with itineraries ranging from 5 to 17 nights. 4 unique ship classes are slated for deployment to Europe from May 24, 2024, including sister ships Radiance of the Seas, Jewel of the Seas, and Serenade of the Seas, Voyager-class sisters Voyager of the Seas and Explorer of the Seas, Quantum-class Anthem of the Seas and her related subclass sister Quantum Ultra-class Odyssey of the Seas, and the Oasis-class Oasis of the Seas. So a strong schedule of Royal Caribbean cruises for Europe in 2024. I know several of you have talked to me about doing cruises in Europe. So there's a chance, folks. All right. Let's go over and see who's in the chat room. Make sure I haven't made any mistakes this morning. All right. Kenneth's with us up there in the snowy Pennsylvania. I enjoyed seeing your dogs this morning out playing in the snow. Yo, Brooklyn in the house. Says good morning to me and to Kenneth and everybody. Cold, hot Atlanta. I don't miss the snow, love it, but don't miss it at all. Yeah, I'd like to get out of, I don't like being in sweaters, folks. If I got a sweater on, it's cold. And I don't like that. I need to be on a boat, ship, kayak. Hell, I don't care. See me in a kayak. Yeah, right. The holes in kayaks aren't big enough for my fat butt. Mike's with us. Hi, Mike. Let the Great Danes out this morning and reminded you of young kids playing in the snow. Yes, it did. Hi there, Tom's with us. Hi there, Tom. Are you in Hawaii yet? I mean, you're supposed to be in Hawaii now. I mean, don't you normally go, 6 weeks before a cruise so you get adjusted to the time change or something silly like that? So you should be in Hawaii right now. Robert's with us. Hey, Robert. I'm going to try to get a hold of you this afternoon, Robert. It's been a nutty week here. But yeah, I know that I haven't unkind you yet, and I promised you I would, and I will. Chillie needs a good laptop with a 17-inch dual screen display with a webcam. I mean, yes, that would be nice, but everything's been fine using my phone as the webcam. I like that. It gives me a good picture. It's a good microphone. It's just like doing videos. But literally seconds before I was going to hit the button to go live, it popped up and said, starting the download for the update. Your phone's going to turn off in 6 seconds or something stupid. Anyway, so I got an updated phone whether I wanted it or not. Did you hear about the blind passenger kicked off a cruise? Virgin made a bad decision on that one. Whoa, no, I did not hear about that. I'm going to have a blind guest on here in the next day or two. Hunter Tom, where did you get that one? I did not see that on any of my sources this morning. Cindy's with us. Hi, Cindy. I've got Celebration booked April 2024. Can't wait. It looks wonderful. Nice. Yeah. Again, I have not even thought about booking it because I'm going to try to do something on the pricing. I'm going to be, really tight on how I book stuff this year, folks. I've had some rather hefty expenses here at home, like a new refrigerator. That's today's. Yeah, everything's now is getting old enough that it breaks and has to be replaced. So we're going to a crap load of that stuff. Sonny's with us down in Mississippi. Hi, Sonny. It's always sunny in Philadelphia. Yeah, no, I don't believe that. Not for a minute. Tom was Virgin goofed on Blonde Solo Cruiser, but it's giving him a free cruise. Yes, Virgin goofed on a Blonde Solo Cruiser. Okay, guys, where was this? I need to find this story. Virgin offered to fly him free to Honduras to reboard the cruise and pay his complete cruise. I had one MSC booked where I couldn't get the drinks and Wi-Fi. When I booked, I called and had it added with the Black Friday sale for only $100 more total if I booked online with MSC originally. Well, see, that's what they're saying now, Cindy. They're saying that, you know, this all reverted back to Vacations to Go, even though I didn't book with Vacations to Go. I booked on when I was on the Mavravilla. It's when I booked it. So I think I'm just going to have to call them back and fuss. I would push the issue with Vacations to Go. Someone else there should be able to help you. Yeah, I just hate going over his head. Don't worry, Dennis is not here to correct me. That's right, Dennis hasn't been here for a couple of days. I miss Dennis. I like Dennis correcting me. I don't mind at all because I know I screwed up a lot of pronunciations. He obviously knows more than I do, so I don't mind it whatsoever. The blonde story was on Tony's video yesterday. Okay. I hope he checked it out. Did he do a good bait and switch heading on that one? I bet he did. I did not look at him yesterday because I had other things that I had to do. All right, guys, that's going to wrap me up for today. So thank everybody for being with me. I will go see if I can find out anything specific about this deal with Virgin Voyages. I suppose Tony's big enough that somebody else was on the cruise and let him know. But again, folks, I get upset with the bait and switch things that they do. I think it makes the cruise industry look horrible at times. So anyway, that's going to wrap me up for today, guys. I will see everybody back here tomorrow at 11 o'clock, or if something major happens later on today. So for now, stay safe, stay healthy. Think about cruising. One day soon, maybe we'll all get together on the high seas. For today, this is the old fat travel guy. Have a fantastic day. See you tomorrow at 11 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. Oh, and don't forget the Cruise Amigos this afternoon at noon Central Standard Time, 1 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, and what's that, 6 o'clock GMT, Greenwich Mean Time, for those of you on the other side of the pond, including Amigo Martin. So don't forget that this afternoon. I got to load up a bunch of stuff that Martin sent, so I'm assuming he'll be there today. All right. Have a great day. See you for the Cruise Amigos this afternoon and back here tomorrow morning. Later, y'all.
I regularly post videos on all facets of the travel and cruise industry. So if you like to keep up with the latest in cruise ships, ports of call, cruises themselves, Chillie chats, and travel and cruise industry news, just hit the little subscribe button in the lower right-hand corner, hit the bell notification so you'll be notified when a new video is up or we go live. This video was produced by Chillie's Cruises.